All right, John Oakes here with HANKSTERS Hot Rods here in our new facility here in Homer City, PA. We're bringing to you today our newest addition to our inventory, this being a 1969 Dodge Charger RT here. Again, it is a real RT, so as we go through this, just keep that in mind. Numbers matching also, so whenever we get up to that point, we'll show you where to find all that information from too. But anyways, as we do with all our cars, we'll start here at the back end of the car, work our way forward. So starting back here, you can see that this car does have full tailpipe pipes. So all the way back, it's got the tailpipe extensions, those neat little box tips that a lot of the Mopars come with. Nice little look there to end up that exhaust with. You can see a nice, looks like maybe a stainless fuel tank back here. Again, all in excellent shape. You don't see any dents or dings in this, so it looks to be fairly new. All of your mounting hardware, also the straps here that go down both sides of the tank, all of the hardware, the bolts, everything like that, that's all in good shape too. Now, as you can see just from back here even, you can look at the back end here, the floors, the trunk floors, all the way up through there to the front. All the floors are finished off and painted the same color as the exterior of the car. So again, you're not going to find any flaws down the underside of this car. Everything is all one piece, all good and solid. Now again, back to the rear end here, as far as rear suspension, we've got, the stock suspension back here, a multi-leaf rear. It does have the shackles up here too that some of your Mopars come with. It gives you a little bit of lift on the rear end there too. So all of that stuff is in good shape. You can see it's got fairly new shocks back here. Those are all still nice finish on them, and you'll see those on the front as well. Mopar 8 3/4 rear end. And I've got the numbers off of it, so in our ad, I'll go ahead and we'll post that stuff as much as we can find out about it using the casting numbers off of that. But again, 8 3/4 rear. Now this car is a power brake car, but it does have drums on the rear of it. So again, drum brakes, the emergency cables, those are all hooked up for the brakes. It looks to have all new brake lines on it, brake tubing, all new fuel lines on it too, run up the opposite side of the car, and all very neatly tucked into place and run just as it should be. As far as the tires go too, and the wheels, this car has the Magnum 500 style wheels on it. They're the chrome Magnum 500s. It does have all 4 matching tires on it as far as name brand goes. They're the Stinger Radial GTSs. Now on the back here, we've got a 255/60 R15. Up front, we have a 215/70 R15. So again, a little different in sizes there to give it a little bit of rake there, but it's all matching tread, all matching name brand tires too. So again, everything was done right on as far as that goes. All right, now underneath the center of our 69 Dodge Charger RT, again, now you can really see these floors real good now. You can see they're all solid, all one piece. There's no patching to speak of, nothing at all. I mean, they're good, solid floors, all painted the same color as the exterior of the car. The exhaust work, you can see how nice that is. Tucked up in about as tight as what you could there to the tunnel and to the floor. All nice bends in it too. You've got these Dynamax mufflers back here, 2 of them, and again emptying out into the tailpipes all the way out the back of the car. As I mentioned earlier, it's got all new brake lines run from front to back, so they got that tied up real nice along the rocker of the car underneath here. Also, I mentioned it's got all new fuel line here. Same thing with that, just tucked up nicely here right to the rocker panel of the car, all the way back to the fuel tank there. All your bolts and everything underneath here, you can see those are all new and all in excellent condition. You've got the little drain plugs here in the floor. Those are all in place, intact and in good condition. Drive shaft here also, it's in here all painted up black to match everything. Again, that 8 3/4 rear with the multi-leaf rear suspension back there. All of that you can see excellent from this view here. This also has all the stock front suspension on it, so you're not going to find anything out of the ordinary here. It's got the torsion bar front suspension. Those are intact there. all stock suspension components up front, but we'll see that stuff a little more in depth as we move up there. Transmission mount back here, that's in good shape. The mount under the tail shaft here in excellent shape too. Again, this is according to the fender tag. As we decode that, this is the heavy duty automatic TorqueFlite 727 automatic transmission. The pan on this, you can see it's in excellent shape too. There's no dents or dings in that, also no scrapes or anything. So again, this car has been maintained very, very well. The bell housing, and then they do have the dust cover here on the front of the bell housing to help protect that flywheel from any dirt or debris getting in there, possibly chipping a tooth or something off the flywheel. So that's not going to happen. It's all closed up, so you're well protected there. That's really about it. Then underneath the center section of our car here. All right, and finally here underneath the front end of our 69 Charger RT, we'll just start out at the ends, work our way across there and tell you what we're seeing here. Again, as I mentioned, we've got all matching tires. So the Stinger radial GTSs up front, 215, 70, R15s mounted on those 15-inch, the factory, the Magnum 500 style wheels here. Again, everything in excellent condition there. Inside of the wheels here, again, we got drum brakes up front as well. But again, these were power drums, so drums the whole way around on this car. Front suspension, again, all stock stuff. So your lower control arms, those torsion bars going back there to the center of the car, all of your front steering components. These look to have been all pretty new on this car. Again, your tie rods, all the little rubber boots on those, the dust covers, those are all intact. They're not split. They look to be all fairly new, maintained very well. Grease fittings, you can tell they've been greased and cleaned off then. Ball joints, those are in excellent condition also. All the boots are intact for those as well. Your drag length, again, pitman arms, those are all in good shape. Now they do have a front sway bar on this car also, so you see that right here going across side to side. Sway bar end links, the little rubber bushings, the urethane bushings in those are in excellent shape there too. The frame mount bushings, those are in excellent shape. They're not split or cracked. So again, all of this stuff is either fairly new or been maintained very, very well on this car. And the big thing here is we mentioned the transmission, 727 TorqueFlite automatic. It is mated up with the original numbers matching motor for this car. Now this is a 440 cubic inch motor, numbers match. It is date coded for, I believe it was January 14th, 1969. The casting number on this is a 253 6430-6. And then the partial VIN is right here stamped on the bottom of the block, just right above the oil pan here. So again, everything's been checked out. Again, it is the original numbers match motor on this car. And we have that decoded also in the trim tag decode information. That'll be made available to you as an image on our website there. You'll be able to check that out. As I said before, even on the back suspension, all the shocks, front and rear, they all appear to be all fairly new. So again, suspension has been maintained, steering components maintained very well on this car. So again, there should be no issues whatsoever here. Nice 69 green Dodge Charger RT, numbers matching. So we'll go ahead now, get this down off the lift. All right, we've got our car down off of the lift now. Again, as you can tell, this is a 69 Dodge Charger RT. And again, it is a real RT, and we've already mentioned numbers match motor. So good total package of a car here. Again, this has that green exterior. Not exactly sure the right name for the green color on this. When I ran the fender tag on it, it just comes up unknown color for the code. So I'm not sure exactly what the technical name is, but beautiful green paint on this car the whole way around. It's got the black stripes on the insets here of the hood. This is an all steel hood, and it's got the fender, or the hood mounted, I should say, turn signal in here in the hood, and those do work. Again, all of the metal here is in excellent shape on this car. These big long front fenders. We've got the bright wheel lip moldings, those Magnum 500 style wheels down here. Again, those are 15-inch wheels with two 1570 R15 tires on the front. Again, all of your elevation, your hood elevation and gaps are all very, very nice. The door gaps the whole way around. You can see the front side, you can see the back side here, all very uniform on this car, and elevations are just about perfect here for this car. As you can tell, on the 69 Chargers, you always have these scallops here molded into the doors. That's the way they came from the factory. So again, all finished off nice. You see we've got a black vinyl top. The vinyl on this top is in excellent condition. You've got the bright drip rail moldings up around that roof there. You've also got the bright work here along the bottom edge of the window or the top edge of the door per se. We've got mirrors on both sides, the driver and passenger side mirror. The driver's side is remote, so you got the little remote for it inside the door basically, so you can move that mirror around. The wing windows, all the trim around those, the bright work is in really good condition as well. It's got the bright rocker molding on it too. You can see that all very straight. There's no dents or dings in that either. So again, that's a big long piece to have. You can tell if there's any imperfections, and there is not on this car. Let's go back here to the door. We're just going to open this up and just kind of quickly show you what we do have here. Again, on the inside of the door, we're all painted the same green as the exterior of the car. We've got all black vinyl interior, front bucket seats with the headrest, all seat belts present. This is a power window car too. That is a factory option on this car. And then we'll go inside and we'll show that a little more in depth there, but you can see the sill plates here. Those are in good shape also. The door jambs, all the seals, all the weather stripping the whole way around in excellent shape. There's no cracks or tears or any chunks or anything like that out of those. It's all in good condition. So we'll go ahead and close that. Again, it closes real nice, good solid thud there. So again, you know it's adjusted right. The big long tail panel back here, quarter panels, those are all straight as a rail down the side. You won't see any waves down the side of this car. Again, bright wheel lip moldings, the Magnum 500 wheels with those Stinger radial GTS tires. And on the back, we've got 255/60 R15s back here. Again, you've got the Charger, emblem up here, that Charger strip. You've got that fuel door up here that all the Mopars were famous for. Nice chrome lid back here. You also have this transverse black RT tail stripe back here. Again, that's all in excellent condition. All of your side marker light, the lenses, the bezels around those are all in excellent shape too. All right, here we are now around the back side of our 69 Charger RT. You can see just how nice this car is the whole way around. Nice chrome rear bumper. We'll see the front one when we get up there, but nothing's painted. It's all chrome and it's all polished up very nice. No rub marks, anything like that, buff marks of any kind. It's polished up to a mirror finish. As far as the tail panel goes, you see it's all blacked out, so painted black. It does have the bright trim work around here. So your tail lights then, the bezels around those, the lenses, those are all in good shape. There's no cracks or any chips out of those tail light lenses whatsoever. You see it's got the RT emblem right in the center here of the tail panel. You can again see the lower valance with the backup lights in there, and then your tailpipes with the tailpipe extensions sticking out the back end just a very little bit. They're very nicely finished off there. Your trunk lid, big trunk lid on these cars, and you can see the gaps the whole way around that. The elevations also matches up really, really good with those big quarter panels back here. You can also see this rear glass back here, that section, all the bright work around there, and the trim is in good condition. And again, you see Your elevation back here along that back panel is very good on this car. Bright work also. Trim around the bottom edges of that vinyl top is in excellent condition as well. We'll go ahead, open up our trunk now, and I don't think you're going to see anything of disappointment in here. Again, the underside of the trunk, all finished off that same green as the exterior of the car. All of your weather stripping, the trunk seals here, those are all in excellent shape. Again, probably all pretty new stuff. Again, there's no cracks. There's no chunks, no signs of it being like dry rotted or anything like that. So again, that's all in excellent shape. So you should never have any issues as it sits right now with any water getting in there. On the inside of the trunk, big trunk again, but you've got a full length and full width trunk mat back here. And it's in good shape too. There's no marks on that thing to even talk about. We do have the extra floor mats in here for the interior of the car, so they're just back here. You can do with those what you want. And then even these tail light housings back here that cover up everything from the back side, those are in excellent shape as well. They're kind of like a plastic piece that fits over top of all the wiring and everything. Again, they're not cracked, they're not scratched, they're in excellent shape. So again, the whole inside of this trunk is, just about as nice as what you can ask for. You can even see it's got the original bumper jack in there. Now, a lot of people don't use those anymore. Sometimes they cause more damage than what they did good, but it is in there, so you do have it as, part of the car there. So we'll go ahead and close this up next. All right, now that we've made our way around to the passenger side here, really not too much more to talk about as we head on up to the front of the car. Everything's all exactly the same as what it was over on the driver's side. But, we'll just point out some of the things here. Again, those lenses on your side marker lights, those are all in good shape. The bezels around those, they're not bright work, they're painted, but those are in excellent shape too. Again, we've got all that bright work here as far as the wheel lip moldings. We've got the Magnum 500 wheels, the Stinger radial GTS tires on it. You've got the Charger script emblem here on the driver, on the passenger side, just like you did over on the driver's side. All your bright work around that vinyl top, that's in excellent shape there. The bright drip rail moldings too. Now again, we'll do the same thing we did over on the driver's side. As far as your gaps, you can see how nice the gaps are here on the passenger side door. We move up to the front, you see those gaps up here too. Very uniform, very nice fitment here on this door here. Again, the elevation, again, you couldn't ask for any better on a car like this. Let's go ahead and pop the door open. Again, we did this on the other side, so I want to show just the inside of the door as much as we can from this shot. Again, that same green exterior. You can see the door latches, the little rubber bump stops, both the top and the bottom. You can see how nice the metal is on the door here. You can see these weather stripping also, just like the other side. There's no cracks or tears or any chunks out of it. It looks like this is to be all pretty new stuff here on this car. Again, same thing back here in the door jamb. Again, the door sill plates here too. Those are in really good condition. You see more of the interior from this side. All black vinyl, bucket seats, headrests there. Again, we're going to look at that more in depth as we go inside. So we'll go ahead and close this up. Again, door shuts nice and solid. Again, that's just a compliment to how well the door was fitted, all the latches and everything like that. Again, we've got the mirrors on both sides, both the driver and the passenger side. It's just remote over on the driver's side though, not the passenger side. All the bright work around your wing window here, very nice. The molding around the front windshield, that's in excellent shape too. Again, you got your feather mounted antenna there. The wheel lip moldings, the Magnum 500 wheels again. Again, we've already mentioned that it's got the hood mounted turn signal package on it. And those do work, so they are in the hood as well as your marker lights up front and everything too. Again, the bezel around your side marker light here and the lens on that. all in excellent shape. All right, finally now we're up here at the front end of the car, the business end of this car. Again, 69 Charger, these noses, everybody could tell what the car was just from looking at this, a very distinct nose. Again, it's the grille work and the headlights that make this car so distinguishable. Again, you see that you don't see the headlights. Well, that's because it's a hidden style headlight. They are, you know, you have the doors, the headlight doors that operate. Whenever you pull the lights on, they do open up. Your headlights are in behind those. So again, the grille work here, all in excellent shape. The plastic black grills in here. Again, there's no cracks, no pieces missing out of them. They're all solid, all intact. You've got the Charger RT emblems on that front headlight door over here on the driver's side. That's all in good shape. All the rest of the grille, the bezels around it, the bright work around it, in excellent shape. Now the grille around the outer grille, I should say, it's painted silver. That's the way they were, and then your grille area was just black. You got the big front chrome bumper here. You also have the chrome bumperettes down underneath, and then your front lower valance, and then your parking lights or your turn signals. Those are down in that front lower valance. A big steel hood here. This is factory hood. Again, we've already mentioned that it's got the turn signals mounted in the hood. That was an option back then, so that's what this car came equipped with. It's even on the that fender tag decode that we did, that it was equipped with that. So what we'll do now is let's go ahead and pop the hood. You've got a hood latch there, and then you've got secondary just inside. So we'll open that up, and now you can see even more of a testament to how well this car was definitely going over. Again, that green, same as the exterior of the car. You've got the rubber seals up here. That's all intact. All of the mounts are there holding it up, and it's not torn or ripped. It's very nice, so that looks to be probably new too on this car. This is the business end here. This is the numbers matching 440 6-pack motor here, Mopar engine. This is the motor that this car come with. Whenever we were doing our underside video, I mentioned to you where the numbers are, the casting number, and then the partial VIN on the block. That's all been checked out. It is numbers matching. As you can see, it's got the factory style air cleaner here, that 440 Magnum, the 6-pack style air cleaner, and the 6-pack just mainly meant that you have the 3 2-barrel carburetors on this intake. Now that's one thing that was upgraded on this car. They went ahead and put an aluminum Edelbrock intake on it, but it is still the 3x2 intake on there, just upgraded to aluminum. You've got the factory painted valve covers. The engine's all painted just like it would have been from the factory, that orange paint there. You've got stock cast exhaust manifolds on here. A lot of times the Mopar guys elected to leave the manifolds on it, the cast exhaust manifolds. They sealed up a lot better, and Mopar, they were done in such a fashion that they delivered just as much power just about as what a set of headers would on these cars. But mainly because they sealed up a little better than what the headers did. You've got all the heater lines hooked up. You've got a factory style radiator here, the factory type of radiator. All the hoses are in good shape. Stock style ignition, so you've got your stock distributor, a stock style coil on it. It does have a set of Taylor wires on it, so that's a little bit of an upgrade to the ignition system, but they'll just help deliver the spark a little bit more efficiently there. The car does have the fender tag intact, so you can get all the codes right off of the fender tag. The battery is good. There is a remote disconnect here for the battery. Power brakes, again, we've already mentioned that was 4-wheel drum brake, but it is power brakes. Power steering. So again, this car, as you see it, excellent condition for a 69 Dodge Charger factory RT numbers matching car. I really think the person that buys this car really going to have a nice car that they can put in their garage, talk about it, take it out for cruises, car shows, whatever you have. This car is going to be a very nice car for you. We're all done under the hood here now, except for going ahead and starting it. We'll do that here in just a minute. But we're going to go inside next, take a look at that interior a little bit more in depth. Then we'll go ahead and fire it up for you so you can see what it sounds like. Okay, sitting inside our 69 Charger RT here. Again, this car, really wish you were here to see how nice this thing is, because I mean, sometimes cameras can't do these things justice enough on the interiors. This car is just about flawless. So all black vinyl interior. You got the full length black door panels over there. You do notice it's got the remote adjuster for your driver's side mirror over there. You can see down on the door panel also that factory power window option. So you see the buttons down there for the power windows. You also have a little pouch on both door panels, both driver and passenger, for storage there. If you ever wanted to put anything down there, you could. As far as getting inside the car now, you can see the carpeting. All black carpeting, looks to be all new. It's flawless. We've got the factory dash, factory instrumentation. So gauges that would have been in here that are here are your tachometer, the 150 mile-an-hour speedometer, the fuel gauge, oil pressure gauge, water temperature gauge, and the alternator gauge. The car also retains its stock factory AM radio up here, factory heater controls. You see it's got the factory steering wheel. Horn does work on that, by the way. Got the factory option automatic center console here. It's got your shifter here, a little bit of wood grain trim in here to help set it off with all of the black that's on the interior. The bucket seats we've already mentioned with the headrest. All the seat belts are present, so front seat belts, rear seat belts, those are all present. They are retractable belts up front. As I mentioned, it's got the factory heater controls. You also have the rear defrost on this car as well. So that was a nice added feature to this car. So on a little cooler mornings or mornings that you have a little bit more humidity, you can go ahead and defog your rear window there. All black headliner. That looks to be all new, all nice and tight up there. So again, no tears or anything like that. It's all nicely tucked everywhere and pulled tight. Dome light back here, that all works. So again, everything about this car is just about as nice as you can get. I'm not sure if the camera can pick this up, but even in your center console, you got the little lights on both sides here for your interior lights. Those are all working too. So again, really nothing of disappointment about this car that we can even mention. You can see how nice it looks in the video, in the pictures as well. So just in closing, before we fire up the motor for you, if you have any more questions, need any more information whatsoever about this car or any other car on our website, definitely feel free to contact us either by phone or by email. All of our contact information will be made available to you throughout all the photos and video of this car, as well as on our website.